Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a breakdown, going to be giving my thoughts on the brand new latest trailer. It's like a teaser trailer, it's like 30 seconds for the second season of Fear the Walking Dead. This one is called Stare Into the Abyss. Awesome. So April 10th is going to be the date when we're going to see the premiere for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. Somebody sent me a private message and told me that the premiere's name, episode name, is No Safe Harbor. I couldn't see in the wiki. I guess they don't have Season 2 episode guide listed yet to make that kind of... It's not official if it's just on Wikipedia, but, you know, it kind of gives me some indication that it's probably good. Once in a while they change names from the Wikipedia episode guide. It can be edited by anybody, but... You know, if I see something posted there with descriptions and that, it adds a little bit to the credibility. So I've been trying to do a Q&A like all day, but just check this one out and wanted to do a video on this one first. So maybe I'll do a Q&A after this, depending on how long this breakdown goes. So Season 2 of Fear, it's closer than you think, April. So April 10th, so you got a little bit over a month and a week, roughly. And, man, I mean, it's so cool that they decided to do this. It works out so well. They were so smart. Like, for me, I thought they might use some different locations. I did videos years ago talking about some different spots I'd like to see, maybe see something in a different country or something like that, which would be really cool. But since it's, you know, it's going to be an AMC show, it's probably going to be American, so they're going to have to choose that. Rather than a place like Georgia, they decided to go with L.A. This season, or at least the first few parts of this, were actually filmed the same location that Titanic was filmed. So, man, it really, really looks good. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out, and you can see kind of how they've, you know, done a lot of, or we'll just kind of get a feel of the location and the environment as it's so much different from what we're used to in the regular Walking Dead. Also, to add to another benefit to it, they can actually film this one during the wintertime. So when it's winter here in Canada, and I've got my, you know, trusty hat or toque on, I've got a sweater on all the time because it's cold here, and I don't like to jack up the, you know, the furnace too high because it costs a little bit more. To keep the house really, really warm. So I put it in decent amount. Nothing too crazy, but, you know, it's good. I you know, wear my sweater and stuff. So while I'm freezing, you know, they're like sun tanning in Brazil. Nice. So that's fun. I'm super jealous of that. But it just the look of it. Check it out. Watch it. Pause me. Watch it. Come back and hear my breakdown of it. The look of the show is really, really cool. It's a new thing for a zombie apocalypse that I've never seen before. This type of environment, and it really has this interesting feel. It's like a vacation mixed with zombies. You know, it's like you go to vacation paradise. You know, the sun's beating down, and you're like you're on a boat, and you see the beach, and then all of a sudden over the hill comes zombies. It's just this weird feeling to the show, which is really cool. The closest thing I can compare it to is Day of the Dead, which is a really fun movie. Greg Nicotero was in it; he worked on it and stuff, and George A. Romero, of course, one of those legendary, you know, Dead movies. I think I've done a review. Have I not done a review? I may have to check and see if... I made so many videos. I don't even know what videos I made sometimes. Like 2,500 videos. I lose track which ones have I reviewed and which ones did I think about reviewing and then not get to. But Day of the Dead, really fun movie. You know, you also get to see zombies in the daytime there. Really bright out and everything, and, you know, really cool. But a lot of it takes place in kind of an underground bunker. This one is totally unique, and I don't think I've ever seen a trailer or a movie or a video game or anything where you'd be kind of on a ship and you'd have zombies around, so it's fun. So the trailer starts off with Kim Dickens with her voiceover, which is great. To kill the monster, you become the monster, is what she says in the background. You've got the water, you get some good visions. You got her and Nick, and they're standing there. You got the sun and stuff. We can see the boat, which I still think are survivors. I don't think is totally zombies, because you have, especially in this one, you can see one of them is going like this, like, you know, they're all like, you know, going like that. Zombies don't typically go like that, not usually. So whether or not they're going to save those people, it seems they're probably not going to kill the monster. You become the monster. It'll also be interesting to see how does the flight, you know, connect with this. this. They've been releasing small clips all season of The Walking Dead. They're so micro that it's almost not worthy to talk about, but it looks like the Asian lady in the flight may save the boy, who will seemingly eventually cross over into this in season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead. So look for that somewhere, the plane to crash in the water or something. And at least Travis and the gang are going to be helping out some people and letting some people join their crew and their group. But it seems like with regards to the ship of people there, it looks like they're not going to help them from the looks of it. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but it looks like they're not. So we go on from there. There's Daniel. He's got like a gun. He's on the beach. There's zombies coming over the on the beach, like in the sand. It's really cool. Zombies, the beach. It's just such a weird scene. I'm just not used to it. You've got the boat, and you've got some people, and then the beach zombies that are the hungry, where she talks about being hungry in that, and you can see some different zombies in little clips. It devours, or then you see like a paddle hit, like Travis. He's saving one person, it looks like, but there's a zombie with a life jacket in the water who's trying to grab the person, and he's like hitting her with the boat paddle. He's like, get off. She's trying to say, bad zombie, get off. So he's hitting her with a paddle, and then the other one's coming in. It's so funny to see a zombie with a life jacket on. It's like what? Okay, so yeah, and then we see Chris, and he looks like he's kissing. I think it looks like Liza in bed, but I can't really tell. It's so fast. I slowed it down, watched it a couple of times. Looks like he's doing that. There's also a scene with him in the axe, and he's like hitting zombie the fence, which I use for the thumbnail, which is cool. And then back to the boat. So, man, it looks really cool. There's some scenes in there of them on land, kind of walking around, maybe checking out some places, trying to find some supplies. It really looks cool. It's just so different from regular Walking Dead and what we're used to. I'm really glad AMC did the show, because even though people are saying, well, it's they're just trying to milk Walking Dead. Well, yeah, that's true. They are. But, think of how many shows there are on AMC, and it's hard to start a new show like Into the Badlands. They tried, all day and night to get people to watch Into the Badlands. And I did like a review for it and stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's good. I don't know. I just haven't gone back and watched every episode of it yet. And some of the other shows they have on too, the train one, as they said in what was that, Honest Trailers? They call it the train one. It's the same type of deal. It's been on for years, and I just never really got into it either. I mean, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, yeah, okay, of course. But I really like that they decided to do this one, because it's just so different from the original. It should be a lot of fun and really cool to see just the feel of it, like just the feel of how different it is. So that's all I really got to say about the breakdown of the trailer. Let's get into a few of your guys' Q&A questions. So these will be a mix, not pertaining to just Fear, but pertaining to the regular Walking Dead and that as well. And kind of a mix. There's a couple combo questions people ask me, so I decided I'd throw them into this one because tonight, of course, is episode 11. Then we'll have new questions for next week. First one's from Tomás Pedrosa, and he says, "Hey, Trev, Q&A. If Denise dies, they will not have a doctor. So do you think that they will go to the hospital to ask Dr. Stevens and the cops to join them? And do you think that they are still alive?" I think because it's an add-in, we'll probably never see that again. It would make sense for that they would do something like that. I talked about this recently, and the hospital. But, this is tough because I would think that they would have to add in some more stuff. And they haven't added in much this season. So maybe season 7, season 8. But more likely than not, because it's an add-in, they may not want to touch that storyline again. They may not be used to that. But they did show us quite a bit. There was a whole episode in Slabtown where they focused on them and everything. Kind of seems like a waste for them to go through that whole thing and then not use them. But it would be tough to do. I think it's hard to do the Atlanta episodes because you have to do, it would be quite a bit of work for them to do it. I'd like to see it. I think it'd be cool if they did it. But I would more think that we'll probably never see those characters again because we got a lot of stuff coming up and it may just not be in the works. Season 3 was kind of how, Rick goes to see Morgan and that for the guns and that. Part of that, I think, was to do with how Season 3 was kind of chaotic and they didn't know what to do with the second half and they didn't know, kind of what they were going to use and they got behind in writing. Instead, it was kind of a mess, apparently, from what I read online. Next one's from Radical Z. Hey, man, so it will be awesome if episode 11 is the majority of the quote-unquote a larger world story arc, right? Just want to hear your thoughts. So to respond to Radical Z, man, it's crazy how much they've covered this season of the storyline. They've gone through pretty much, basically all of No Way Out, in this part. They went through all of, pretty much all, like, I forget the titles, the blue one, the light blue one there. I forget the title of it. I don't have them all memorized. Sometimes I forget if I haven't looked at it recently. They've gone through like a couple already, and that would be like a third trade. And we wouldn't even be that close to the finale yet. If they go through, because think about it, we got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We still have, 7 episodes left. 6 episodes left. So, that is quite a bit. And geez, man, if they go through all of it in just one, I think they got to space it. There's got to be something. I haven't heard a lot of spoilers myself, and I haven't seen a lot of trailers or anything that would allude to one thing or another for the next, the rest of this half. But I really, like, as far as predictions go, I'm kind of at a loss for what they're going to include and how much they're going to go, and if they're going to add in any filler, or if they're just going to go through it all and. Yeah, it's almost like a season 3 thing. Like, are they going to run out of stuff because they went so fast? So we'll have to see. But I would think that the larger world story arc would be at least a few episodes. 2 episodes would be like, not enough. So maybe Jesus is going to do something weird or something. We'll see. Try to give him the slip or something. We'll have to wait and see. But or maybe just the traveling could be like an episode each way or something. That would make sense, right? I think, or maybe 1 episode to get there or something, or a couple. So they got to space it out somehow. So it's going to be weird. We'll see what happens and what they do with it. Next one's from Dat Pig. Nice name. It says, do you prefer the comic book version of Carl where he has amnesia after getting it shot out? So, yes, I do. I prefer the comic book series version of Carl for sure. Almost 100% in almost every way. I mean, even from earlier on, he's so badass and scary. And I mean, he kills Ben and he doesn't... I can say it now without spoiler warning because that happened so long ago. I mean, he just kills him. It's kind of like in the television series, you have Carol. She's the one to put down, Lizzie. But in the comic book series, Carl just goes and does it. It's not like he's the only one there and the responsibility falls to him. Anybody in the group could have really done it. Carl just takes it upon himself in the middle of the night to go and do it. And, that's just so much darker than the television series version right now. So he's got a long way to go. And also the amnesia stuff, I did like that better. And I do find it a little bit curious they skipped over so much stuff. Because again, like we're talking about, they've got to fill out the season a little bit because we know Negan doesn't get there until later on. And, how much of the other stuff are they going to include? Are they going to go into Something to Fear and like power through that as well? Kind of crazy, man, to think about. Next one's going to be from Cod Nuketown, and he says, do you think anyone from the main family will die in Fear the Walking Dead Season 2? So my response to that is yes, I think so. I mean, we have 15 episodes in the second season. We have to get at least, 1, maybe 2 character deaths from the main group, I think. And it should be, because it's 15 episodes, there should be a lot of change this season. This season should be better than the first season for sure. Because Fear the Walking Dead Season 1, even though the finale was awesome, there was a couple slower episodes in there. It was only 6. And I feel like the first couple were great drama, great character drama, but not a lot in the way of like zombie survival. So we're going to have to see a lot more of that this season. Looks like they've got some really interesting shots and everything for us, and it's going to be really cool to see the locations. So I can't wait to see, who survives and who gets killed off. And yeah, I do think that there should be a death from at least, one of, how we have like a combined bigger family? Yeah, there should be at least 1 or 2, probably 2 deaths of our first season characters in the second season, most likely. And I'll have to think hard about who I think would be most likely. If you want to see, maybe I'll do a death predictions for Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. It's a good idea, so I'll probably do that later. And just for sake of time, because I'll be back, of course, tonight with you guys, we'll just do one more. This one's from Danny Rayburn, and he says, hey, Trev, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but Scott Gimple recently revealed that the Alpha Wolf's real name is Owen. Would have been nice for them to answer that question in the show, but oh well, he's dead anyway. Love your channel, by the way, bro. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I'm not sure if this is 100% legit from Danny. I trust you guys for the most part. I don't know you personally, a lot of you, but I trust most of the comments I do get are legit for the most part. So that's pretty cool. If that is his name, it fits him. I think Owen fits. It makes sense to me. But yeah, it's weird how they handled the wolves in the TV series, and they overlap. Like as villains, they go from near the end of season, actually they go from like the second half of season 5, minus the Alexandrian stuff, into, because we see Wolves Not Far like right off the bat, into like it's like a full season almost, right? Or a little bit more, 1 episode plus. When we first hear about them, Wolves Not Far, and then they show up and they're there. So they are. I almost want to say they're better than the comic book series Scavengers. They're more kind of elaborate than that. They have more of a theme. I like that better. The kind of the wolf and and the W's and stuff. It's pretty cool how they use them. I just think that they should have been a little bit tougher maybe than they were. But I guess they didn't have any guns. They didn't really have any ammo and that kind of stuff. So they're pretty tough in terms of hand-to-hand. And JSS was a really exciting episode. Maybe it's just because I didn't get to see, you didn't have like Daryl and some of the usual people in there fighting against them. You had everybody spread out. So it made for a hell of an exciting ride, though, from end of season 5 into the first half of season 6, and in No Way Out. Amazing, man. So, but yeah, they're not as big of villains as somebody like the Governor or somebody like that. They're kind of like a minor threat, minor villain, I suppose, is how I would look at them as at this point. And I'm pretty sure they're done for good. So that'll be it for this Q&A, guys. Let me know what you think about the Fear trailer. Write your comments below, and the questions that were asked here. I can't wait for Fear Season 2, of course. And if you guys like this video, of course, we'll see you back tonight for the review and predictions for next week. You can like this video below. You can share, you can fave. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. Do almost daily videos. Miss Saturdays. Sometimes miss a few days here and there. But I can say probably 6 days a week without any trouble. So always, this is Trev saying peace. See you guys.